Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a beautiful day today. So I just want to touch on the topic of, self-improvement and what life can be like when you're focusing on being healthy, you're getting more fit, leveling up in any sort of way. Maybe you're trying to build like a business now, you're trying to do more than the average person. And let me tell you what has happened with me in my personal experience. Basically, I was always active. I was always fit throughout high school, throughout university, but it wasn't until like last year I was starting to really see changes in my body, finally able to see my abs, finally able to run longer runs, and eat a lot healthier, like tracking what I'm eating, being in a slight surplus, but in a healthy surplus, and then establishing boundaries, establishing standards for myself in relationships with people, with jobs, with whatever I start to do, right? And what I've realized is ever since I started taking my health more seriously, it has led me to build higher standards in every aspect of my life to the point where I have pissed off people. Like I have literally scared people away that used to talk to me because they don't want to be part of this life. They don't want to be part of this, this higher vibrational lifestyle where, you're working on things, you're bettering yourself, you're no longer just giving into other people's needs. You're not going to parties every weekend. You're not going out in the mix of crowds every weekend. There's going to be moments where when you start working on yourself so much and you start developing skills and doing things that not a lot of people are doing, you're going to be somewhat isolated for the most part because obviously a lot of people don't want to take that hard path. They just want to just get by. They don't want to make videos. They just want to go to their job, clock out, and just watch Netflix. And that's such a boring day for me. Like I have to be working out almost every day. I have to be working on some sort of hobby every day to feel fulfilled. And it's crazy because I don't have the biggest circle anymore. And I used to have bigger circles when I was not respecting myself, when I didn't have a backbone, when I wasn't a very good communicator, which also led me to break relationships because I had low self-esteem with myself. I wasn't able to communicate my needs to other people because I lacked confidence. And the reason why I lacked confidence is I wasn't working on my health, my fitness, my hobbies, to fulfill myself. So this really comes down to like bettering yourself first. If you want to see drastic positive changes in your life, you got to start taking care of your body, your mindset, because that's how it's going to attract people that actually deserve to be in your life, and not all these retards out here just doing whatever, using you for their own needs and then just leaving you whenever things get hard. Like that is something that I have experienced many times where there are people that I came into my life, whether it be through school, sports, like events, whatever, wherever it is, everywhere basically, where I meet a new person and they seem pretty chill, like throughout your conversation from meeting them. But as soon as you add them on Instagram, as soon as you start seeing them more, they start acting weird. Like I have people that I've met numerous times where we're having a really good conversation about life, about, our jobs, our careers, and our self-improvement. As soon as they add me on Instagram, they block me within like the next day or two because they're seeing the progress that I'm making. They're seeing the type of person I am. I'm not just someone who just sits back and just lets the day go by. I was feeling really shitty an hour ago because I was like, what am I doing today? I'm not doing anything that productive because I did a run yesterday. So it's hitting me today. It's making me feel low energy. So I went, bought a coffee to take care of myself and filming this video. So this is just one example. Like, you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your body, your mind, really know what works best for you. And it might not take you a few months. It might not take you a few years. It might just take like literally a few days or a week of just reshaping how you view yourself and reshaping who you want to be. I've always struggled with figuring out who I wanted to be ever since I was 10 years old when they used to ask me in elementary, oh, what do you want to do when you grow up? I had no freaking clue. I just said doctor because that's something that most people tell you. That is the common high salary job, right? But no, even when I was a young kid at 12 years old, I wanted to do YouTube. I used to watch Minecraft videos, people doing Let's Plays and all these things. I used to want to be a YouTuber, but ever since I was like 12 years old. And I didn't start until like literally last year. And it really just came down to like a frustration within myself. Like how many more years am I going to keep letting myself not do what I actually want to do, right? And it really just is about posting sometimes, like posting content, sharing the knowledge that you have. You might go a few years like I did where, you're not really in the mix anymore, but you're just focusing on your health, your body, your mindset. And it took a lot of videos for me to watch to understand what life is really about. It took me going through a lot of hard moments of like, isolation and removing certain people from my life to really understand what I want out of life. Things happen for a reason, guys. Things don't just happen because, you were unlucky and you just deserved it for stuff to happen because of some things you did. Like, no. You have to reshape how you view life, guys. You have to reshape it because you can just pretend and just be like, yep, all this has happened to me and I'm just gonna accept it, right? You gotta start taking more initiative. You gotta start taking more accountability for the life you want. As long as you're taking the steps every day to get better, that's what's gonna help you. It's not about being the perfect candidate every single day. It's not about showing up perfect every single day. It's about showing up. That's part of the equation. That's the only part of the equation that matters. So let this be your sign to work on yourself, if you want to start attracting better things. And don't get so caught up in like, oh, what if I'm missing out on this and this and this? Your time is going to come eventually. This is just the growing phase for you.